What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2025 Subaru Forester Touring. Huge thank you to Josh Brown over at Stohlman Subaru of Sterling, Virginia for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular Forester or any Subaru product, then I'll be sure to have Josh's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. It's a beautiful day outside here today. However, it is a little bit windy every now and again, so I do apologize in advance if there is any wind noise in today's video. But just like usual, first I'm going to talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2025 Subaru Forester Touring, and this particular one has been painted in magnetite gray metallic. I wanted to preface this video by saying for 2025, the Forester was refreshed inside and out with updated exterior looks, new interior technology, and a hybrid powertrain that is coming soon. But this being the Forester Touring, as standard, you get LED steering responsive headlights with high beam assist, as well as LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, and LED fog lights. Now I'm going to take a step to the left and give you a front shot of what the refreshed Forester looks like. So this being the Touring, you get the gloss black front grille with your Subaru logo located at the center. Just to the right and the left of the Subaru logo, you get the two silver accent color grille bars. And then just beneath your Subaru logo, you may be able to tell that you get a forward-facing camera, and that is because the 2025 Forester Tourings now come standard with a 360-degree view camera system. And then taking a step back and coming down just a little bit, you get the satin black lower fascia, and you also get some gloss black accenting in the lower fascia with these circular pieces both here and here as well. And just like the Outback, you get 8.7 inches of ground clearance. Now, to summarize the 2025 Forester, I think it looks very Toyota-like, especially up here at the front end. It kind of looks like a mix of a RAV4 and a Highlander. If you also see that, let me know in the comments down below. But coming on down the side, like I said, you get that satin black lower fascia. That satin black lower fascia leads into your satin black wheel arch moldings with the venting. You get the same kind of venting on the Crosstrek and also the WRX. Now, coming down just a little bit, I wanted to mention that now for 2025, Subaru gave the Forester the electric power steering rack. And then here are the standard and only wheels you can get with the Forester Touring. And they are 19-inch gray with machine accent wheels. And the wheels are wrapped in 235/50 Bridgestone Turanza EL450 all-season tires. I'm going to give you a view of what the tread pattern looks like on these tires here real quick. And then also, behind all four of your wheels and tires, this one has been optioned with the $167 splash guards, which are located right there. Now also, as standard with the Touring, you get the windshield wiper de-icers. Essentially, that is going to prevent the buildup of ice on your windshield wipers. You also get this satin black piece here at the bottom of your A-pillar. And then moving into the side view mirrors, this being the Touring, you get the gloss black mirror caps with integrated turn signals. And as standard, these side view mirrors are heated, manual folding. You will find your blind spot monitoring on the inside of the driver's side mirror and then also on the inside of the passenger side mirror. And then at the bottom of both of your side view mirrors, you have cameras. And again, those cameras work with your 360-degree view camera system that is new to the Forester Touring for the 2025 model year. I also wanted to mention, if you wanted the auto dimming exterior mirrors with the approach light, that is an option, and I'll put the price of that on screen now. Now, taking a step back, here is a side profile shot of the 2025 Touring. And then with this trim level, I wanted to say that with the roof rails, the ends of the roof rails are gloss black, but the middle piece is satin black. You also get the satin black window trim. You get body color door handles with keyless access. Just keep in mind, however, the keyless access function is only on your front two door handles. The rear two door handles do not get the keyless access function. And then found at the bottom of all of your passenger doors, you get the satin black door cladding with the gloss black accenting. So like I said, on the front, you get the satin black lower fascia with the gloss black accents, and you get the same thing here with the door cladding. So you can see this oval piece right here, all of that area is gloss black, but the inside is still satin black. And then working my way down the side, up here you get your satin black shark fin antenna. You also get a body color roof spoiler with your integrated third brake light, which is located right here. Now, this being the Touring model, you also get the digital rear view mirror, and your camera for the digital rear view mirror is located right here. I know it's not going to pick up all that well on camera, but that is where the camera is located. You also do get a rear window defroster and a single speed rear wiper. Standard taillights. You get the gloss black trim that connects the taillights with the Subaru logo located at the center. I'm going to take a step back, give you a rear 3/4 shot of this thing, and let you know that in my personal opinion, I think these taillights are very Toyota Sequoia-esque. If you also see that, let me know in the comments down below. I think this has a very Toyota inspired design, which isn't a bad thing because it looks fantastic, much better than the previous generation, but it does look very similar to Toyota's design language. But here is also a booty shot of this thing. Underneath the Subaru logo, you get the Forester stamped into the liftgate. You also get the satin gray badging with the Subaru lettering, and the Touring badging has the gloss black backing with everything else in chrome. Now, I wanted to say that for 2025, you now get a height adjustable hands-free power liftgate, and instead of putting your hand like right here on the Subaru logo, all you have to do is kick underneath here, and that is how you open up the hands-free liftgate. It never works when I want it to, but that is how you would do it. Pressing on this button, that is going to open up the power liftgate. Now, in or on the power liftgate, you get an LED light. And then here are your two buttons. That is to close the liftgate, that is to lock the vehicle. And taking a look at what we got going on here in the trunk area, I wanted to go over a couple of options first. So first things first, this one's been optioned with the $164 bumper cover, which is this satin black piece right here. So let's say you're carrying a heavy object out and you drag it like right here. Instead of scratching up the paint, you're going to be scratching up this satin black plastic piece here. Much cheaper to replace than if you were to paint that part of the bumper. Another option back here, this one has the $155 rear seat back protector. Essentially, it is a floor mat on the back of the seat. A couple other options, this one has the $141 all-weather floor mats, as well as the $132 cargo tray, which is what this piece is here. These are the standard carpeted floor mats. They say Touring on them, and then you also get a little bit of that like brownish bronze accent colored stitching on the outsides of the floor mat. And then very good amount of storage space, basically the same amount of storage space that you'd find on the previous gen Forester. However, you do get 4 grocery bag hooks. This is 1, 2, and then another 2 on that side as well. You get a 12-volt power outlet here on the driver's side, followed by a little storage cubby. It doesn't go down, but it goes in. And I also wanted to say that you can see this thing here. Let's say you pulled on it, boom, that is how you drop your second row seats. And then you also get this cargo cover right here. Basically, when you open that up, thieves can't see the contents of which that you have in your trunk when the trunk is closed. And then underneath all of this stuff, if you pull up on this little like ribbon thing here and you keep digging, you pull up on this, that is where you will find your spare tire, your jack, and all the necessities to change a flat tire if God forbid you do get a flat tire. And then this one being the top dog Forester, you also do get the Harman Kardon sound system with the subwoofer back here. But that's kind of about it for what we got going on here in the trunk area. I would say from the trunk opening to the seat back, you probably get about 3.5, maybe 4 feet of storage space. But you can see with those second row seats down, you're gonna look at an additional about 3.5, 4 feet of storage space. So very good storage space, even with the second row seats up. If you need a little bit more, put the second row seats down, press that button right there, and the lift gate will begin to close. And we're gonna finish things off here at the rear end. So you get a satin black rear bumper with 4 integrated parking sensors. You also get some gloss black accenting surrounding your exhaust system. You can see you get a single exit exhaust, but you get that same kind of thing on this side. However, you can see that middle piece is not punched out, whereas with the exhaust it is punched out, but you do still get that gloss black accenting around where the exhaust tip should come out, and you do get it where the exhaust tip does come out. And then a couple things I wanted to mention technical wise, you get a 370 axle ratio as well as a max tow capacity of 1,500 pounds. And then on your passenger side is where you will find your fuel door. 87 octane will do you just fine with this thing. And that's kind of about it for the 2025 Forester here on the exterior. I'm going to give you a little walk around of this thing. I'm sorry, I'm walking through like these big pieces of grass. I don't want to get like ticks or anything like that, but here's a little walk around. I want to know, what is your opinion on the refreshed Forester? Let me know in the comments down below. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals the 2.5-liter naturally aspirated boxer 4-cylinder that produces 180 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. It's made it to a Lineartronic CVT for a 0 to 60 time in 8.3 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 25 miles per gallon in the city, 32 miles per gallon on the highway for 28 miles per gallon combined with standard all-wheel drive. I wish Subaru would put the turbo boxer 4-cylinder in the Forester. However, they have not done that, but they are bringing a hybrid powertrain later this year to the Forester, which is going to give you better fuel economy. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you're enjoying the video, if you've learned anything thus far, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, as mentioned earlier, you get keyless access as standard. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, put your hand behind the door handle, and it will unlock. You can also lock it if you run your finger across these two little lines right here, and now it is locked. This is what the key fob looks like. It's satin black with some satin chrome accenting. And going over the functions, starting from the top, you have your lock function, your unlock function, your power liftgate function, and your panic function at the bottom. But pressing the unlock button, let's see what the interior of the Touring has to offer. So this one's been spec'd with the black leather upholstery. If you're not a fan of the black, they also offer a brown leather upholstery. But starting here with our driver's side door panel, you get some vinyl wrapping up top here, you get some suede, you get some, like, I would say this is almost like a StarTex type of upholstery here. Then you get 2 memory seat adjustment settings, your power side view mirror controls, you have your unlock and your lock functions, you get automatic up and down windows in the front. You do not get automatic up or down windows in the back. This button is going to restrict your passenger window privileges. You get a little bit of storage space, a spot you could set a water bottle, and the Touring comes standard with the Harman Kardon premium sound system. Here are what your front seats look like. So as standard, you get a 10-way power driver seat with 2-way power lumbar. You also get an 8-way power front passenger seat. Also as standard, these front seats are heated and ventilated. But let's step on into the interior, see what this thing sounds like when you close the door. Now let's fire it up. So that is what the Forester sounds like being fired up from the driver's perspective. And now what I'm going to do is walk you throughout the entire interior. So first things first, you get an HVAC vent. Beneath the HVAC vent, this button is going to open and or close your power liftgate. This scroll knob here is going to brighten and or dim your gauge cluster as well as your backlit buttons. And then this right here is going to turn the hands-free liftgate on or off. Coming over to here, and you flip this down, that gives you access into your manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So you can push the steering wheel away from you, you can bring the steering wheel towards you, and it also moves down and up. And then once you find your comfortable position, all you got to do is lock it back into place. But now let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like. Not only is this your turn signal control stock, it is also your high beam control stock, your headlight control stock, and your fog light control stock. So right now, that is headlights always on. That is parking lights on. That is headlights automatic. All the way down is headlights off. And then that is fog lights off, fog lights on, and that is that. Now zooming back out, you get a leather wrapped steering wheel with steering wheel mounted paddle shifter. So even though this is a continuously variable transmission, you get a 8-speed manual shift mode, hence why you have the paddle shifters. And then also, this being the Touring, as standard, you get a heated steering wheel. Flip this on to turn the heated steering wheel on. You get that amber light when the heated steering wheel is on. And just like any other vehicle, you have your horn at the center. So let's take a listen to it. That is what the horn sounds like here on the Forester. And now I'm basically just going to walk you throughout the controls on the steering wheel. So these are to go forwards and or backwards on a track. This is going to switch you between your different audio sources. You get the up and the down arrow for your 4.2-inch productivity screen located at the center of your gauge cluster. This is to pick up on a phone call. This is to hang up on a phone call, as well as mute the audio system. This is to speak to the vehicle. You can tell the vehicle to turn the AC system to 65 degrees, and then you have your volume controls beneath that. Coming to this side of the steering wheel, this thing obviously comes standard with Subaru's EyeSight suite of features, which I'll put on screen right now. I only like to highlight that you do get the adaptive cruise control. So basically here are your adaptive cruise control settings. And then beneath that, this also does get SI drive. So SI drive is like your sport mode, and then this is just like your intelligent mode. So this is like your normal mode, this is your sport mode, and then again, heated steering wheel button right there. You also have your windshield wiper control stock, and that's kind of about it for the steering wheel. Now moving into our gauge cluster, on the left hand side you have your tachometer as well as your coolant temperature gauge. On the right hand side you have your speedometer as well as your fuel gauge, and then up top here you can see you have your instant fuel economy stuff. So if I'm coasting down a hill, see how this is white, this is going to come over to this side. Plus means good fuel economy, minus means bad fuel economy. Beneath that, this is my trip A information. So my average fuel economy is 6 miles an hour, or 6 miles per gallon with the trip A information, at least right now. That is the fuel range. That is the digital speedometer readout. Where it says 14, that is the odometer. 14.1 is your trip A information. If you wanted to reset the trip A information, you have this trip reset button right here. You press and hold on that. Those values will reset back down to 0, along with the average fuel economy up top here. And then that is the intelligent drive mode. That is the transmission status stuff. You can see that right there with the eye with the green surround. That is for your driver focus system. So behind this piece, like right here, it has a system that's reading your eyes. So let's say I'm going down the highway, right? And I see a cow over here, right? If I'm focusing on the cow, not focusing on the road for more than like 1 or 2 seconds, it's basically gonna give me an auditory beep, and it's gonna say, keep eyes on road or something like that. So basically gonna say, put your eyes this way. So that is what the driver focus system does. And if you wanted to control this screen, you click down. So now that is some more analytical data along with my fuel range. Click down one more analytical data. This is basically the screen that if the auto stop start system turns the vehicle off, it counts how long the vehicle has been off for and how much fuel has been saved with the auto stop start system. You click down one more, you got your tire pressure stuff. You do have to be driving in order to get your tire pressure stuff. Then you got your compass. This is your navigation stuff, audio stuff, and then you have your time and your temperature. I think this is the screen that I would probably leave my Forester on, but anyways, that's just personal preference. Now, if you come over to here, you can see what is new to the Forester for the 2025 model year. So, taking a look at the screen up top here, you have your button. This is to turn the hazards on. You can see hazards are on. Then you have your volume control knob, you have your tuning control knob, and then down here, that is to turn the front defroster on. You have your temperature controls here for the driver side. You have your temperature controls here on the passenger side. So this is a dual zone automatic climate control system. And then this right here is to turn the rear defroster on or off. You get your tuning control knob, and if you press and hold on the tuning control, it is going to pop up your sound settings. So it's going to turn the bass, the mid, the treble. Then you also have your balance and your fader, so you can move the sound forwards, backwards, side to side. And anyways, this is the screen that is in the Ascent. It's in the Outback. It's in the WRX. So at the top of the screen, you can see you have your ambient exterior temperature, the current time, and right now this is the Apple CarPlay stuff. If you click over to the right here, you see your navigation stuff. Then you have your acceleration thing, percentage. So if I floored it, it would be at 100%. Then you have your fuel economy stuff. And then this is like your pitch and roll stuff, basically the angle of which the vehicle is sitting. Right now we're basically flat. Then you got your weather and the X mode. So you got your dual X modes. You have your snow / dirt. Then you have your deep snow / mud in your normal mode. Basically, this is a traction control like optimizer. Essentially, it's going to adjust the traction, basically sending to each wheel dependent on which drive mode you're in. That's kind of the easiest way to describe it. And then this is the 11.6-inch Starlink infotainment system with built-in navigation and wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. So you get built-in navigation. You can pop up your map stuff here. Okay, remind me again. You also have your radio stuff. So this is what the home screen looks like. This is the secondary screen. You can turn the display off. But if you press and held on this, you can also turn the display off. But if you press and hold on it again, the display will not turn off. And then you got your auto vehicle hold. Auto vehicle hold is basically a system in which you press that, the vehicle will hold you in place by itself with its braking system. Then you got your traction control stuff. And down here, You click on this, this is going to bring you into your vehicle stuff. So you've got your vehicle traction control stuff, X mode, cruise control, acceleration, all of these different things here. You can also turn the auto vehicle hold easily on by clicking on that button. This is to turn the auto stop start system on or off. Then you got your home button right there. This is going to bring you into your different connected devices here on the infotainment system. And then you also have your different driver profiles here. So basically you can set up your driver profile linked to your key fob, and that is how that works. And that's kind of about it for this upper part of the screen. And as mentioned, this thing comes standard with heated and ventilated front seats. You get 3 levels of adjustability with the heated and the ventilated front seats. And then this is what the climate control stack looks like. So this is always at the bottom of the screen. If you wanted the climate control stack to take up more of the screen, you'd click right here, and then you can see you got your temperature controls and all the different climate control stuff you could think of. I gonna kind of miss the old Forester, how it had the physical climate controls. I'm a big physical climate control guy. You know, it just makes it a little bit more difficult to have to click into this thing and then mess with the physical climate control, or the climate controls, rather than messing with the physical knob, physical buttons or something like that. It's just, it is what it is, and it seems like a lot of manufacturers are moving to this kind of display thing here. Now when you come down, you get a USB-A port, a USB-C port, an auxiliary jack, and a wireless charging pad as standard. I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and it fits in the wireless charging pad, no problem. So you can see, bigger phone on the market, still fits in the wireless charging pad. My phone is now charging in the wireless charging pad. Now, as mentioned, you get the 8-speed manual shift mode. So if you pull back, now we're in drive, and you flip this over to the left, now you can control the transmission with the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. M is for manual mode. You get an electronic parking brake here, and then you can see the camera view button. You click on that, that is going to pop up your 360-degree view camera system. Right now, it's basically just showing you what is around the vehicle at the current moment. So you can see there's another vehicle just driving by. Click that button again, and it will return to the home screen. You also get a 12-volt power outlet down here. You get 2 cup holders. You get a nicely padded armrest. However, this is that same kind of like almost StarTex-ish material, so it's not leather, it's kind of like a fake leather. And when you open this up, there's no connectivity down in here. However, I would say you probably get about, you know, 8 to 10 inches of depth, followed by about, you know, 6 to 7 inches this way. So good amount of storage space down in there, but just be mindful that if you set too much stuff in there, the storage space will disappear rather quickly. So then you also get like this, what's this, 1, 2, 3, 6-sided, is that a hexagon? This like hexagonal kind of design, almost like a honeycomb look. Then you get like this brownish bronze accent color trim. It kind of looks like a brushed aluminum type of material, like the look of it, but it is like a brownish bronze. You can see you get that same kind of accent colored stitching throughout the interior here. Beneath that, you get a glove box, but your glove box is not lockable. So you can't lock the lower glove box, but that is what that looks like. This is what the passenger side looks like. And this being the Touring, you get the digital rear view mirror. So let's say you really like the Touring, but you don't like the digital rear view mirror. Well, you can flip this forward, and now it's just going to behave like an auto dimming rear view mirror. So you can see me, it's just behaving like a regular mirror would. It is auto dimming. However, I like the digital rear view mirror. I find that it rids me of my blind spots. And then you also get some adjustability here with the digital mirror. So if you click on this, you can adjust the brightness of it. You click on this, you can bring the screen down, you can bring the screen up. I kind of like it in the middle setting. You can also move it to the left, you can also move it to the right, and then you can also adjust the rotation of it like this or like this, which I don't quite understand why you would do that. But you can do that. The only thing I do wish the digital mirror had was a function that I can zoom and unzoom, or zoom in and zoom out. You can't do that with this. I wish you could. That's my only complaint with the digital rear view mirror, but I do like the digital rear view mirror. I do notice that I don't think I see any home link, so no universal garage door opener, at least on the bottom of this one. Then this is where it's going to let you know who is buckled, who is not buckled. It's going to let you know that the passenger airbag is on or off. You get the LED interior lights, and you get your roadside assistance stuff up top here. This is whether you want the lights to turn on or not when you open up the door. So it's click to the right, the lights are not going to turn on when you open up the door. You click to the left, the lights are going to turn on when you open up the door. And then you also get a spot you could set your sunglasses up top here. You also get a panoramic sunroof with this thing as standard. You can see it is huge. So if you slide this all the way back, the shade itself is manual. However, this will slide backwards. I don't believe it does tilt, however, but you can see sunroof opens up. It's a massive, massive sunroof. However, I don't think it tilts. I'll show you in a second if it does. But anyways, vanity mirror, vanity light. And when you open this thing up, the visor itself does not slide, but you get this slide out piece on the end of the visor that is going to block the sun when the sun is in those awkward positions. And then let's see, does it tilt? Nope, it is only a sliding sunroof. So anyways, the visor on that side is also the same, but you will find that the driver gets a no poop handle and the front passenger also gets a no poop handle. And I'm pretty sure the 2024 Foresters had the adjustable headrest that would like go click forward and click backwards. However, just like the Crosstrek for the 2024 refresh, they did away with the adjustable headrests that go like this, and like, yes, I know they go up and down, but they don't go forwards and backwards. I think that is a big mistake. I loved the adjustable headrest forward and backwards. It is what it is. You know, not much I can do about it. I can just complain. But I did want to mention you also do get heated second row seats. A couple other things. Basically, I'm going to throw the entire window sticker on screen. You can take a look at everything that you get as standard. I would take a look at the safety stuff personally. Take a look at whatever you want to, but I am just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2025 Forester Touring is spec'd is $42,227. Honestly, considering that this just underwent a refresh, the prices really didn't go up all that much, which is definitely nice to see. I was expecting this thing to be like about 45, 46,000, so that it's in the lower 42s. I think that is definitely nice. You know, there wasn't a massive price jump like you would see with a lot of other manufacturers. So Subaru, thank you for not crazily increasing the price. This is what the rear door looks like, or rear door panel looks like. I have the passenger windows locked, so I'm going to unlock them. Let's see how far this rear window goes down. Okay, so nearly all the way down, not quite all the way down. Anyways, you get a spot you could set a phone, same kind of materials used. Storage space where you could set a water bottle and some random thing. You get a speaker. You also get this new like paw kind of design with the different lines and stuff. That is new. And then I'm gonna push this back up. This is what your second row seats look like. Stepping on into the second row. Up top here, you get an O-poop handle, but you do not get a spot you can set your dry cleaning. You get 3 seat backs behind both the driver and the front passenger seat. On this side, you also get an O-poop handle, but you do not get a spot you can set your dry cleaning. You get 2 HVAC vents, heated outboard second row seats with 2 levels of adjustability. You also get 2 HVAC vents, I think I might have mentioned that. You get a USB-A port, a USB-C port, and then you also get a center fold down armrest with 2 cup holders, as well as an LED light here in the second row. Now, when it comes to knee and leg room, I've got plenty of knee and leg room. Here's another view of my knee and leg room. And when it comes to headroom, me being 5'9", I am adjusted by myself, by the way. I also have quite a bit of headroom left over as well. And I also do believe that these seats do recline. So if you pull up on this thing right here, I believe if I pull up and I push back, okay, I guess I thought they did recline, but maybe they don't. And that's kind of about it. I do see a little Easter egg right here. You can see that little bird. Anyways, that's kind of about it for what we got going on here on the interior. So, you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now on to the driving portion of the video, where I always start my videos here. We go over these speed bumps at 5 miles an hour, and then I rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Nothing will ever be a 10 because perfection does not exist in this world, but it did very well over the first one. Let's see how it does here on the second one. Go about 5 miles an hour. I'm gonna give this thing a 7.9 on a scale of 1 to 10. It did very well going over those speed bumps. It does seem like the suspension is not just a touch on the firmer side, a touch on the firmer side. You know, I know they just went to a electric power steering rack. Can't really tell that much of a difference. Maybe that the steering feel is numb and a little bit lighter, maybe. That's probably be like the only couple, you know, little feedback that I get. with messing with the steering wheel a little bit, but other than that, this thing drives pretty much the exact same as the previous gen Forester did, and that's because pretty much the powertrain on this particular one anyway is nearly identical to the last gen. So if you are like, okay, you know, I like the new Forester, but you know, I want the hybrid. Okay, well, you're gonna have to wait a little bit because I think the hybrid is supposed to come out later this year. I don't quite think it is out yet. At least they didn't have any here at the dealership today anyway. But, you know, it drives very nicely. Let's see, I feel like right off the bat anyway, it seems like it is better insulated from the outside world than the previous generation. That's another thing I might have noticed, but can't you see how like similar-ish it looks to the RAV4? Like the front end kind of reminds me of, like, let's say the Toyota RAV4 and the Ford Explorer had a kid. I feel like, let's say this. Let's say the Toyota RAV4, the Toyota Sequoia, and the Ford Explorer all had a kid together. That is what I believe this thing is, styling-wise. It looks very Toyota-esque to me. I know I've mentioned that throughout this video a little bit, but that's just the way that I think that it looks, and that's not a bad thing because I think the new Toyota products look fantastic. But that's just what I see. And then here on the interior, it feels very similar to the older Forester, other than this section right here. Obviously this section is completely different because the previous gen had the 8-inch screen with the physical controls. Sorry, side note, take a look at that old Chevrolet truck right there. That thing looks sweet. It's got that awesome patina to it, old man driving it. Here's a little acceleration. So not super fast, but we know that. We know these things aren't made to be fast. They're made to get good fuel economy. And, you know, I gotta say, when you're just driving this from stoplight to stoplight and around town and stuff like that, you're never really gonna feel like it necessarily needs any more power than it has. But if you're trying to gun it from 0 to 60, you're gonna be like, okay, well, this thing could use a little bit more power. So just in stoplight to stoplight traffic, daily driving use, you're not gonna feel like it needs more power. But if you get on your vehicle a lot and you like to do, you know, quick accelerations and stuff like that, well, you know, the Forester doesn't quite have that quick acceleration. If you're looking for that quick acceleration, you might want to look into getting a turbo boxer that you can get with the Subaru Outback. You can't get the turbo boxer 4-cylinder with the Forester, which I don't quite understand why. But you know, that's just the way that it is. So with the Forester, you're gonna have the option of the NA 2.5 liter 4-cylinder and a hybrid powertrain that will be coming later this year that is going to get very good fuel economy. So no turbo engine for this thing, no like 260 horsepower turbo engine for this thing anyway. I don't know if the hybrid will have a turbo. I don't know, but all I know is this thing is very nice, and they just brought it up a notch. You know, it looks better on the exterior. Here on the interior, it feels very similar to like an Outback now, you know, but here's a good acceleration. That was probably, I don't know, maybe 40%. Take a listen to what it sounds like cruising at about 60, going over these bridge joints with the wind and the road noise. It definitely, to me anyway, seems like it is better insulated from the outside world. And I don't know if that is fact, but that's just how it feels. You know, I've driven a lot of Foresters at this point, and this one just seems the most buttoned up out of any of them when it comes to the sound insulation from the outside world. It definitely has a quieted down interior. And I also noticed that when they refreshed the Subaru Crosstrek, the older Crosstreks, the older Imprezas had much more road noise than the new Crosstreks and the new Imprezas. And I think that's the same kind of thing here with the newly refreshed Forester. Other than that, seat comfort, it is very comfortable. I will say though, that I think maybe the seats are also maybe on the touch of the firmer side, but they are still very comfortable. They just have that nice support. And then as mentioned, the driver gets a two-way power lumbar. The front passenger seat, you do not get any sort of lumbar support. So anyways, this is the nicest trim level of the Forester that you can get. I also am about to do a video with the Forester Premium, which is I think one step above the base model. So I'm interested to see what the differences are between the two. I know the Touring is the only trim level that comes with a 360-degree view camera system. So if you're looking for a 360-degree view camera system on your Forester, then the Touring is probably the one to get. I am very happy that the prices of the Foresters have not gone up too much. You know, sometimes when you see a manufacturer do some sort of refresh, the prices go up considerably, and I have not noticed that yet with the Forester or any Subaru product. I believe there's a statistic out there somewhere that basically states that Subaru percentage-wise has had the least increase MSRP-wise, or one of the manufacturers that's had the least MSRP increase out of any of the other manufacturers in the past like 5 years or something like that. So I like how Subaru is trying to keep the price down. However, their interiors are definitely nicer than they were before. And one thing that I really do appreciate about Subarus is the amount of safety features that you get as standard. That is a massive bonus to looking into getting a Subaru product, because for the money, you know, it's hard to find another vehicle that you can get all the same, you know, standard features with. However, Mazdas do also have great standard safety features as well. Now I'm going to pull up to this light here, and once this light turns green, I am basically going to do a full throttle acceleration here to the left, so you can see what that feels like, or maybe not what it feels like, but what it looks like, experience from the driver's perspective. So I'm going to hop up here onto the good pavement and basically floored. Sport mode. Definitely more oomph when I put it into sport mode. Like, it immediately adjusted the ratios in the CVT to give me that more oomph. So I should have just put it into sport mode, you know, right off the rip. But here's, let's see. Okay, so that was just a little like 40% acceleration in intelligent mode. Here's it in sport mode. Okay, between those two little accelerations, I didn't really notice that much of a difference between the two drive modes, but I do know that the sport mode does give it some more or sharper throttle response. But sound system sounds great. Harman Kardon, it's a great sounding sound system. I would definitely recommend, if you like listening to music, you have just that ear for audio, and you're looking at getting a Subaru product, I highly recommend getting the Subaru product that with the Harman Kardon sound system, because the standard Subaru sound system's not the best in my personal opinion. But that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything from the video, please just take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. Each like, each comment, each subscription gets me one step closer to achieving all the goals that I have. So I'd appreciate it if you guys would do those 3 things. But again, that is it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.